Good morning, everybody. I hope you are having a fantastic day today. What I want to discuss is cold call openers. So I've been cold calling myself for several years. I have north of 100,000 cold calls done myself, and from my agents, teams that I lead and manage, it's in the millions of cold calls that have been done. And the opener is extremely important. Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, talks about you have 7 seconds to get or lose a person's attention on a call. So, what people commonly do when they're making a sales call or a cold call is they say, "Hi, my name is Daniel. I'm calling from XYZ. How are you today?" That is the kind of standard cold call opener. Usually, when that happens, people are going to start to kind of disengage and filter you out as a salesperson. So, I tell all of my reps, when you make calls, do not call, introduce yourself, and ask the person how they're doing. It's just normally going to lose their attention. They're going to mark you as a salesperson and look for a reason to get off the phone or disengage. So I'm going to cover the 5 openers that ChatGPT recommends, and I'm going to talk about the one that I use and have had a ton of success with. So number 1, the value-based opener. Hi, always say the person's name, shows you know who you're talking to. Hi, Daniel. This is Daniel from company. We recently helped similar company or competitor reduce their pain point, whatever that pain point may be, by X, your service. I was wondering if that's something you're focused on right now. I like that one a lot. Really, the reason people are going to book a meeting with you or buy from you is to solve a pain point. So calling that pain point out that may be common in a specific industry. For example, call centers, their main pain point can be employee attrition or retrition, employees leaving. Call centers have a lot of employees that leave. It costs the business a lot of money. So know the pain point in that industry and call it out. And if it resonates with the person, usually they'll say, yeah, I'm looking at reducing that. How can you help us? Love to book a 30-minute meeting with you, walk you through A to Z what we do, how we've helped similar businesses, and how we can help you on these initiatives that you're working on. So that's a solid opener. Curiosity opener. Hi, I have a question. How are you handling specific problem? I do not like this opener because I found people will very often kind of put their guard up, put a wall up. Like, who are you? What do you want? People oftentimes don't like to discuss how they handle things or challenges that they have, or open up about challenges that they have with a person that they don't know. So I do not really like the curiosity opener personally. Research-based opener. Hi, name. I noticed on LinkedIn or the website or social media or wherever else you got that information that you're expanding your department, team, project, or anything you've seen. Many companies in your position run into X challenge. Once again, bring up that pain point. Have you experienced that yet? Research-based opener can work really well. It's just going to slow down your outreach time. So be cautious of that. If you have a really good way to get research-based openers, for example, I'd noticed that you're hiring for X position. Let's say you're calling from a recruiting company. I noticed that you're hiring for X position. We specialize in helping companies get new sales staff. We have a full roster. We'd love to show you what we're doing. Or you've had this job position open for 3 months. Oftentimes companies struggle with a lack of high quality applicants. Is that something you're kind of experiencing right now? Try and bring up that pain point, put yourself in a position for them to talk about their pain, and then you present a solution. So it can work well. You have to figure out how you're going to do it at scale, because cold calling is going to come down to volume. 9 out of 10 calls aren't going to get answered. You have to make 100 to have 10 conversations. So that's a good one. Permission-based opener. Hi, name. This is your name with company. Did I catch you at a bad time? Or people will say very often, this is a cold call. If you want to hang up right now, feel free. Or I'm gonna pitch you on something. If you're not interested, just hang up on me. I don't like that personally. I think you're kind of bringing a bit of bad energy into the call, giving them permission to hang up on you, and you're wasting that 7 seconds you have to get or lose their attention. I want to be discussing their pain points, get them to open up, because usually people are looking to solve their problems. A business doesn't want to have a problem for a long time, because that not only costs them money, but it costs them revenue. So Personally, I don't like it. A lot of people have had success with it. I believe Jeremy Miner, he's a big like cold call sales training person. He likes it. I don't personally. Uh, Problem insight opener. So, hi name, I'm reaching out because a lot of job titles, so CHRO, CEO, VP sales, in whichever industry they're in, are struggling with X problem. I'm curious if that's been a challenge for you too. It can work. I think it's a little bit similar to the curiosity opener, in my opinion. It's good that you have a bit of research in there, job title, company in the industry, because you're going to be calling niche specific, right? I know what your job title is. I know what industry you're in. We specialize in helping people in your job title in that industry. So it can work. I like it. What I've had the most success with right out the gate, I want to ask a question. So I'm not going to introduce myself, ask them how they're doing. We don't have time for that. And you're calling busy professionals as well. What I like to do, for example, I used to sell into the HR executive suite. So I was targeting CHROs, VP HR directors in 2021. And this was around the time when DEI was a major initiative. Companies were new to having a remote workforce. I had two openers that I would use when I would call. I'd get the CHRO on the phone. I'd say, hello, I was calling to see if DEI was an initiative that you were working on this year. 9 out of 10 times, I mean, companies were forced to have DEI initiatives at that period of time. They would say, yeah, of course. Well, I'm with X company. We specialize in helping the HR suite with DEI initiatives. I know this is fairly new. I was wondering if you had 15 minutes to learn about how we can help you with your initiatives that you're working on this year. Or remote working was a big challenge for people. A lot of, especially in 2021, it was kind of the great resignation year where you could find a job in 15 minutes, especially in the tech industry in 2021. I would say I was calling to see if having good or better processes in place for remote working is an initiative that you're working on this year. Or I was calling to see if reducing employee attrition was a priority for you this year. I knew it was a priority. I knew people were leaving their jobs like crazy because you can go and get a new job really fast in 2021. So that's a combination of good timing and knowing who you're talking to. These are high-level HR initiatives. So I really love to ask a question that's going to relate once again to their pain point. Don't want to ask them what they're struggling with if they're struggling with it, but is it an initiative that you're working on? Sometimes people will say, yeah, it is. However, we have X in place, we have Y in place, or it's not right now, but it will be. Great. When is this going to be more of a priority for you? Oh, probably towards first quarter. First quarter, fantastic. How about I set a call or I set a follow-up with you for early December when we're a bit closer to when this will be a priority for you, and we can take it from there. How does that sound? Good. I'm going to put that in my CRM, follow up, put it in my calendar for a follow-up, and reach out to them at that time. So these are the kind of cold call openers that are commonly used, and I shared my favorite one as well. Let me know in the comments what has been working for you, what your thoughts on these openers are. If you have any questions, comments, anything sales related, cold email related, agency related, leave it in the comments. I will respond to all of them. So thank you for watching. Subscribe for more and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye for now.